Hello, habari gani? UJIMAA. Hi. So, what is UJIMAA? UJIMAA means collective work and responsibility. That's what UJIMAA is. And I won't talk your ear off like I did last time. We're just going to watch a YouTube video today that shows an example of collective work and responsibility. And what I'm going to do now is read a little excerpt. I hope YouTube didn't freeze on me because I don't see it. Let's see. Okay. There it is. My tablet's just being a butt. So I'm reading this off of the One United Bank website. It is a Black-owned bank. And they have little excerpts and thoughts of KWANZAA. And they say, we light the green candle on the day of UJIMAA. Once the flame is lit, the glow of this candle symbolizes a flicker that means that we are collectively responsible for our achievements as well as our setbacks. So collective work, you can do things together with your family, or if your family doesn't celebrate KWANZAA, you can find some friends to work on a project or do things for your community. Or volunteer work. If you have like a garden, I know some communities and neighborhoods have like a little community garden. You can do volunteer work and help out with that. Responsibility is collective in a sense of sharing your burdens. You know, your problems are our problems and our problems is your problems. Basically stating that no matter what difficulties you face, if you face them collectively, then you can get things done easier. So let me go show y'all something real quick. I've been working on this today. It's like a little KWANZAA temple. And like that, I'm going to first person view so you can see it a little better. I thought that was neat. Now you can't light the kinara individually. When you place it down, it lights all the candles at once. But I have these little candles right here, so we can have a mock candle lighting ceremony. I know I'm late with it, but better late than never, huh? So if you remember from the first 2 days, we have Umoja, which is day 1. That's unity. Second day is Kujichagulia, which is self-determination. Now, this is where it has a little bit of minutia, because some people that celebrate KWANZAA go from left, they like the center, and then they go from left to right. Others, they like the center, and then they do the left red one, then the right green one, then the left red, etc., etc., because of the way that the kinara is shaped. Some of them have a kinara that's shaped like this. It's shaped like a house. So the black one is on top, and the other candles go down like this. So they light them alternatively so it can keep that house shape. For people who like the straight kinara, they usually go in order from left to right to make sure that all the candles are lit. You know, because it's a process, it's a progress. You know, when you light the furthest one first, then your candles will end up like this, because this one will be burnt for the longest and this one will be burnt for the least longest, right? And the red represents the struggle and the work, and the green represents the land, the opportunity. So the black candle is for the people, red is for the blood and, you know, the work and the struggles of the people, and green is for the land and the riches. I'm going to light the red ones first, then a green one. So for day 3, I'm going to light a red candle for UJIMAA, collective work and responsibility. Now, I'm going to go to the browser and we'll watch a little movie, and that'll be the end of our little KWANZAA powwow. Okay, we're in the browser now. And this is from the virtual KWANZAA celebrations of the Weeksville Heritage Center. I hope I'm saying that right. But they talked about the Black Lives Matter movement. As you know, KWANZAA is a cultural holiday. It's not a religious holiday. And it celebrates the African diaspora, which means African people and their principles, their descendants, and, you know, black people in general. So you don't have to be African to celebrate KWANZAA. Excuse me, I'm eating my pork chop. I didn't eat dinner today. Again, you don't have to be African to celebrate KWANZAA. KWANZAA was created by an African American, if you remember, Dr. Karinga from yesterday and all of his accolades.
The KWANZAA principle of UJIMAA celebrates collective work and responsibility, building and maintaining community, coming together to look at problems and solve them as one. We celebrate the principle of UJIMAA through the Black Lives Matter movement and through the Billie Holiday Theater mural created in 2020.
I thought that was cool.
So it is a very powerful symbol, and it is a gift from the Billie Holiday Theater at Restoration and council member Robert E. Cornegy Jr. It is a gift to the community.
I'm gonna mute my mic just in case it's an echo.
Violence, and so I wanted to participate in that and to celebrate Black Pride. UJIMAA, man, collective works and responsibility. Black Lives Matter, man, all day, every year, man. Black Lives Matter.
There is a house.
I apologize, y'all. I thought I had separate audio channels, and I did not.
We're thinking about Black lives.
We have been built these Black empowerment, and this is exactly what this is about. It's about equity, it's about justice, it's about fairness. And we think that this is just a small bit in the work that we should do to build alignment into the work that's going before us. Keep marching young people to take down the walls of racism. Keep marching young people to make a change.
African American community in the entire nation. It was forged in the kiln of the civil rights, the Black Power, the Black Arts movement, and before other mainstream theaters were diversifying their content and their
Turn this mic a little bit more towards the computer so you can hear it.
Use art as our first line of engagement with community, but also to challenge the norm, to stimulate conversation, and to make change. Because when you don't have the power, the truth is always in the art. Black lives matter.
The idea that we will walk out of our place of employment and see that on the street every single day.
It was important for us to be the first in the state of New York to send a message that Black Lives Matter. Now, it was said that it was done in all the parts of the city, but there's no place that I believe that is more significant than in front of Restoration Plaza, the first community development corporation in the country. You know, its history and the history of this community has been that we're fighting and we have stood up against racial injustice, redlining, heroin and crack. Like we've been at the forefront of all of the major things, and we're still standing, and we still standing strong and proud. So this is just a visual reminder of how we fight and how we stand on behalf of Black folks, not only in this community, but around the world.
Amy Teal asked for an open casket to show the world what was done to her son's image. This courageous act sparked the civil rights movement. The names of those killed by racially motivated violence in this country and painted into this mural is a courageous act of hundreds of Brooklyn artists. It is our open casket to the world.
Wow. That is awesome. I hope y'all enjoyed that little tidbit of information. Let me take it off of the browser and the YouTube channel. So, yeah, that was a big project, or should I say a big example of collective work and responsibility. Collective work because it took time to paint the streets and get everyone together. Collective responsibility because it pays it forward. You know, when you are a part of a marginalized group, it is your responsibility to teach and educate and help others within your group of what's going on. You don't have to do a big change. You don't have to go out and do some huge life-changing or city-altering project. You can do collective work and responsibility with your family at home. You can do collective work and responsibility in your neighborhoods. You can find people on the internet and do an ad campaign or use the internet to help spread the word of people who need help, people who need jobs, things that are going on in your neighborhood. Maybe a building is being torn down and it's a historical site. You know, you can petition to keep that up or to have the city not knock it down, etc., etc. So remember, collective work and responsibility is used so that everyone has an ideal, everyone has a goal to work towards, and that makes it that much easier to accomplish, and it also, for lack of better words, it makes it stick. You know, things come and go, things change all the time, but you want things to change for the better and to keep changing for the better. Alright, so Habari Gani, UJIMAA, collective work and responsibility. I hope y'all enjoy this, and make that a New Year's resolution, is to find a collective of people or just be a part of something bigger than yourselves, and take up more responsibility, because when you help other people and you help the universe, it will help you. All right. Peace.